yeah. I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret. Cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory bad enough to get a C. They'd rather just go leave it be. I know this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret. Cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no.
Hello, you lovely darlings. The lighting is terrible in here. I apologize, but it is such a beautiful day. I didn't want to shut the window. What can I say? You guys, welcome to another weekend update. It's great to see you all. I know I have been a little hiatus over the last, I believe it's been 2 weeks now since we hung out together. I apologize. That is totally on me. I've been selfish and self-centered. Why is it so dark? What are you talking about? What? Be in the light, Jessica. I know. I don't know why it's so dark, but the background is dark and gloomy for a reason. Big Brandon coming in, forgiven. Thank you. All is good now. Brandon has forgiven me. Warrior Bernard up there, or Chris, I should say. Warrior Bernard up there, and that's a good way to start us. A shout out to the Dying Breed community. 2 of you guys already in the chat, but yes, a huge shout out to the Patreon community. Warrior Bernard, Fighters, Maxwell, Foster, Q, Guardian Wilkie, who we love and adore. Soldiers Boslow, Little Panda 8, and Unwired. Jessica Wargo over there on the chat, which, yes, it's that way for me. And then, of course, Defenders LG, Jodan, Miss Aoife, Stephen Landry, and Reaper. So great for you guys. It's because the window is behind you. Son of a biscuit whore. Hold on. Fine. Fine. I don't need to see the beautiful blue sky. We got to make Miss Jessica happy. Get over here, you Dracula-like window curtain. Ugh. Fine. Fine. Boom. I just turned the light on. Let me shine my glorious light on you, Miss Jessica. There. Now I got to get comfortable again. I got to get my fat ass in this desk chair properly, accordingly. There. Is this better, Miss Jessica? Is this better? I'm here for you all. I'm here for my fans. I would not be anywhere in here if this makes it better. Oh, you know what? You almost can't even tell I'm wearing two glasses. There we go. Now. Oh, please don't be a spammer. I don't know who you are, but hello to you as well, darling. Okay, yes, good. Everyone is okay. Everyone, we're okay. Miss Jessica is happy now. There we go. As long as Jessica is happy, that's all that matters. Yes, indeed. Oh, JD Glasscock, big love to my TJ. Big love to you, sir. Big love to you. Thank you for all your support. Thanks for always showing up and hanging out and just saying hi. I appreciate it. The dual glass setup is not going well so far. It's not going well. Anyways, and it makes it really dark, surprisingly. Okay, you guys, it's great to see you all. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming in. If you are going to talk like that, you need to be a white leather with a disco ball. In white leather. You know what, JD? Since you are a far more successful author than me, if you want to order me a white leather jacket, that would be hilarious. So I'll send you my address and you can ship it out my way. A 44 would normally be good, a good size for me. So 44 to a 48. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, you guys, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you guys in the chat. How is your weekend going? What is going on? What are you reading? Chris, I believe. Oh, the bro is calling me back. Hold on here. We gotta answer the bro. Bro.
What's going on, man?
Dude, I'm doing my live stream right now. I just put you on speakerphone so the fans could hear.
Okay, I'll keep it PG-13.
Oh, that's right. We are PG-13 in public. Definitely not when we're in private. What are you doing right now?
I'm calling you because I missed your phone call.
You did miss my phone call, you jerk.
I know. I'm sorry.
You want me to call you back when I'm done?
Yeah, man. That'd be cool. Wait, how much longer do you have on the stream?
Maybe about 30.
How many people are on the stream?
Like 5.
Do I need to give a shout out to anybody?
You can give a shout out to anyone you want. What shout out do you want to give?
I don't know. I just didn't it's like you got like 5 people in there, so they're probably like all fire people.
Oh, dude, they're the best. We got Jessica Wargo, we got Chris, we got JD, and we got like 2 people that I'm pretty sure are spammers because I've never seen their names before in my life.
Well, shout out to the spammers. You got nothing better to do, but you know.
Shout out to the spammers. That's what we love you all, spammers. We would not be here without the spammers.
Without you, I wouldn't have to check my bank account twice a day. Thank you, spammers.
Nice. All right, dude. Well, yeah, I'll call you back in a little bit. All right, bye.
All right, love you, bye.
Oh my gosh, yes. So I did my daily. Well, I try to do a daily walk in the neighborhood. And I called Bro, and then I called Paul Hasseltine, and of course Paul Hasseltine was the one calling while Bro was talking on the phone. So yeah, they're calling me back. Of course, they call me back when we're trying to connect with each other. We're all adults here. That is, you know what though? You never know. You never know, Chris. Yes, hello. I am Amy Aguilar. I just subscribed. Hello, thank you. We're so grateful you subscribed. Who we don't know who you are. The glasses are looking fly, dude. Thank you, man. Like seriously, these glasses came with the other ones, the black frame. Both of them came. What in the world is going on? Devil, get away from me, Satan! Stop trying. Hey, dude, just saw you called. I was doing home projects when I missed you. This is from Paul. Yes, I'm reading you Paul's text message. What's up, dude? How are you doing? Paul, I'm live streaming right now. How do you not know this? You're one of my subscribers. I'm not playing anything. Paline, playing. Oh, dear God, our education system's failing us. The glass are looking fly. Yes. Okay, so this pair in the black frame, $10 for both of them on Amazon. You know, obviously you get it like the next day, but they're the blue lens glasses. So the light from the monitors, from my cell phone, dude, I was in such pain and agony every day for like 3 weeks straight because, you know, working a 9 to 5 job in front of a computer and then coming home and trying to write for, you know, 2 to 3 hours a day, it was just killing me. So yeah, I highly recommend them. And I just love them. I love wearing them just throughout the day. What's funny though is there will be moments where I'm out in public and I forget that they're completely clear. And so there's sometimes where I'm giving people like the weird eye, like, what are you doing with your life? And then they'll look at me and I realize, oh shit, they can see that I'm staring at them. So that is an issue that I have to deal with. Did you do the American Vision 2 for $100? Or no, I didn't. There's no prescription glasses. My vision is still thankfully very good. I'm just weak. My body is weak to that of technology now. Tell Paul I said he's the worst. Okay, you know what? Let's send him a little voice message and let's just tell him ourselves. Dude, I was just calling to see what's up with you. I was out having a walk in the neighborhood enjoying a cigar. And then, of course, I came on the live stream to do a weekend update. So I'm on the live stream right now. You also interrupted my bro, Ephraim, who called during the live stream as well. And I'm telling the live stream that you called, and Jessica Wargo wanted me to tell you that you're the worst person she's ever met in her life. I went through the whole having to begin wearing glasses. I saw that, yeah. Oops, sorry. I should put this on the screen so you all can enjoy. Wearing glasses maybe 4 or 5 years ago because I was getting headaches from all my computer work. Yep. Driving at night was a glare fest. Dude, I will also wear them while driving. And I definitely feel like there is a difference thanks to all of these individuals that insist on having the brightest lights available. Like, you know what? Let's just go back to horse and carriage. The Amish, is there any properties near the Amish? Because not only are those people like always filled with the joy of like Jesus and homemaking, they obviously don't go around trying to blind their neighbors with their car headlights. So, and they can build some really great shit. Love the Amish. Shout out Amish and all those like them. Okay. Professor Lombardi in Quest Academy doesn't wear glasses. You're going to have to cast someone else for your movie. Look here, person of beauty and amazingness. So this is stemming from a conversation I had earlier with Brian, where I told him congratulations on yet again another successful series. And also, Brian, I'm a little pissed because I just ordered the hard copy and the paperback, which should get here today, if fucking better, Amazon. There's no room on that shelf to have a beautiful 5-book wide shelf. I'm going to have to modify it. I'm very pissed at this. I'm very pissed. Anyways, I told Brian that when the TV and movie adaptations are made, I will be playing myself in Quest Academy. And he said, fuck you, Jason Statham. He said Jason Statham.
Look here, I can do a Jason Statham voice, all right? And also, Jason Statham does not sound like this. He does not sound like TJ Lombardi. But he's too old. He's 58 years old, bro. He's old enough to be my dad. He is not playing Professor Lombardi, okay? Okay, of course, Jessica says, hi, Brian, you know. I hate driving at night because of these stupid bright headlights. Thank you. Brian doesn't have to worry about this because he doesn't drive anywhere. Amish territory over here, carriage only goes like 15 miles an hour, traffic jammers. We're all going to carriages. That's it. Everyone is going to have a carriage, just everyone. Or if we want to zip around in ATVs, that would also be okay. Like you can have a carriage or an ATV. I forgot I tagged Brian above, so it brought him. That's funny. I love it. I hope book 38 comes out before the movie gets made because that's Sergeant Warcock's debut. He's not old enough to be my dad. I'm old. They'd go faster if they didn't constantly stop to build a barn. You know what, though? Those guys can build anything faster than any of our government agencies because, like, oh, we're gonna need 30 people, and let's do all these inspections and meetings, and the Amish are like, fuck that, chop that tree down, let's start making this bitch right now. Like, I love them, and they make amazing baked goods. Okay, but yes, who doesn't love a good? We can make a book barn. We can make a book barn. And honestly, Brian, the Amish can build a barn faster than Quest Academy 6 will be written. I love you though, my friend. I love you. Oh, that's funny. So, oh man. What? Wait a minute. Why are you still awake? Jeremiah, get my tools. Oh my gosh, dude. That's hilarious. What are you still doing awake though? I know you're doing crazy hours. What time is it? What time is it in Ireland? Dude, it's midnight. It's midnight. You're at rank 35. It'll go up tomorrow, maybe some more. Stop hitting the refresh on Amazon. Get some sleep. You need it. All right, have fun, people. Got to get back to writing. God bless you, JD. We love you dearly. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So, yeah, but I need to be here when it goes down. Okay. Time for dinner. Have a good stream. Everyone's leaving. See, Brian, you show up and everyone leaves. That's it. That's all. That's the connection. I love you. I'll be here for you, but everyone else is just ditching you and abandoning you. Do you want the link? You can come on and do the live stream with me, Brian. We can dual host this bitch. I'll be fine with that. Let me know. Okay, so with that being said, love you, Jessica. I want to see the photo of your Christmas stick. I'm still waiting for the Christmas stick to be set up. I'm just saying. Oh, Keegan Hall. Howdy, just joined. What did I miss? Dude, so Brian Norden showed up. He's in the chat, maybe, because he doesn't sleep ever. He's like freaking Batman. And as soon as Brian showed up, JD Glasscock and Jessica were like, deuces, we're out. We don't want to hang out with Brian. They just have a disdain for Brian. Maybe. All right, hold on. Let me upload. If you come on though, Brian, you know that you and I are gonna be on here for probably like 3 hours, because it's been freaking years since we've done anything like this. There you go. There you go, bud. Okay. Keegan, I'm glad you showed up, dude. So Keegan, you've been like definitely a fan supporter for a while, and I really appreciate you. And I'm glad you came in here. So if you want to be gonna get a drink, dude, Brian's gonna come live stream with us. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is exciting. I have not gotten to see my Brian. My Brian, yes, he is mine. I have not gotten to see him since Lit RPG Con. We have not had any time to chat with each other at all, so this will be fun. I'm so super excited now. This is awesome. What is that satisfyingly clicky keyboard? So, actually, Keegan, so here it is, right? So this is it's a wired keyboard, obviously. What brand is this? I forget the brand. So one of the things that I do is after every book I write, I buy a brand new keyboard. There are some keyboards that literally have not lasted up to all of it. So one of the things that I do is I will get a keyboard for every new book. And then on the back of the keyboard, when I'm done, I will write all the words, like the total length of words for each book. So that's where I literally have 10 keyboards in a box. The goal was, if I ever became really successful, which, obviously the evidence shows that that's never going to happen, but it was just a way of hey, if we get the keyboards, then, we could even auction off some of the keys, do custom artwork, and, raise money for charity. So have a special shadow box thing with, you get a key of the keyboard that was used to write the book you love. That was the thought originally back in the day, 2-3 years ago now. And obviously I don't know if it'll ever happen. It probably won't, but that was the intent. But with that being said, dude, if you want to have a character in Golem Master, specifically a gladiator that fights with a golem, DM me on Facebook and let me know what type of golem you want to have to battle with. And I'll throw you into one of the books. It may not be book 5. It may be book 6 or one of the other books. But yeah, dude, definitely let me know if you want a character in it.
and we'll throw you in there. So that'll be fun. But yes. Oh, so anyways, to also answer your question, so almost like 90% of all the keyboards I've ever gotten are heavy mechanical keyboards, and there's kind of two reasons for it. One, it is satisfying. Oh my gosh, it's satisfying. Two, it is actually a kind of psychological effect of when your ears and your brain are hearing the keys being struck, it like is processing of like, hey, there's activity going on, there's productivity going on, and it kind of subconsciously encourages you to keep going. So like today, gosh, you guys, like how much did I write today? I did like 6,000 words of writing today. I think it was maybe less. Maybe no. That's not true. That's not true. I think it was like 3,000. Dude. Okay. There we go. What's up, bro?
Great until I see all the stains on my t-shirt and my hair everywhere and the whiskey in the background. So yeah, I'm good.
Dude, that's fine. And if I'm going to take a guess that the shirt you're wearing is somehow related to Quest Academy Korean.
Yes. So that is Jacadabang, which is the Author Coffee House, which is Rob's company over in Korea. So yeah, it's.
I thought it was Media Goat. Did they do a switch?
Media Goat is the parent company, and the Korean house is the Author Coffee House. So it's yeah, because he set it up in Florida, and it's like Media Goat, greatest of all time, and then it's like go to Korea, and it's like Author Coffee House.
I was because dude, when he said that, he's like, oh yeah, Media Goat. Like, what is the first thing you think of? Literally the goat animal, not greatest of all time.
Yeah, the Billy Goat.
It might be a huge hit in like Afghanistan or Iraq or something.
No, we're not talking about Michael Head.
Yeah, Keegan, definitely, dude. Definitely hit me up and let me know. Dude, it's so great to see you, man. Congratulations, Quest Academy.
1,000 years, my friend. It has been so long. I think the last time we properly spoke was probably Lit RPG Con.
Yeah, literally, because I tried messaging you once and you were sick and under the weather, and you've just been slammed with stuff ever since.
And it must be so frustrating for you being friends with me, because it's the, it's like, oh man, I'm so slammed. And then you see how slowly I write. It's like, wait, no, it's like, Brian is a really fast writer. Brian is constantly slammed. Quest Academy comes out twice a year. It's like, this doesn't compute, because you're over there like slamming out millions of words, and I'm there like beep boop.
Well, I mean, that's not true. So you and I actually write the exact same amount per week, I think now, and you probably write a little bit more, like on the hair side a little bit more.
And the only thing that got us to that is you getting a full-time job. Because that imbalance was a little skewed the other way. Did you forget about that?
Put it in that perspective, yes. Yeah. That is funny to think about. But what I will say is, yes, you can write extremely fast. Like, people don't understand, because Brian and I, back in the day, when he was working a full-time job, we would get on the phone like this for like 2 to 3 hours at a time and just have good times chatting it up. And yet he was still blazing fast, trying to burn himself out. But now my question is to you, Brian.
I've never achieved burnout, which I was really proud of.
You did come close, though, on 1 or 2 occasions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But now I feel like, granted, because I don't necessarily read all the advanced chapters on Patreon, but it seems like though you can write very fast, you are writing very purposely now.
Yes. If I didn't have Patreon, I would be so much slower, because I'm a people pleaser at heart. So when everyone's like, hey, where are the chapters? And I'm like, I am Satan. I need to give them those chapters. But they don't exist because I'm also a perfectionist and I threw them away. So I need to write new ones now in the next 8 hours. So that happens.
Yeah.
No, but God, and I also have the clickiest keyboard.
Well, you also have a new keyboard as well because you're fratted out on you. Are you enjoying the new keyboard? Is it working out?
Oh, you saw that update?
Yeah. So
this
normally,
one died. This died.
I will linger sometimes, and a lot of the time. So for those who know or don't know, I am on Brian's Patreon, and there are times where he will give like a very lovely update of like, I'm so sorry. This is what's going on. Please forgive me. You know, here is your chapters. And yet I love to jump on there and comment sometimes to just be like, everyone else shut the fuck up and let this man do his work. Like, so.
It's like nobody expects TJ Bouncer, and I don't expect it either. But what so many people don't know, which I find absolutely hilarious, is that like everyone's like, oh, my favorite character's Upgrade. Oh, my favorite character's Blonid. Both Blonid and Upgrade, like Gerda, are both on the Patreon reading their comments. Like, and they're being like, hey, Brian, like, happy you got out your chapters. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you're hiding. I forgot about that. So, but that's always funny to me. But yeah, times are good. Things are going well. Happy with the release. So, yeah. It's
number 35, man. It's crazy to think that it's still like.
On the 1st of October, I sent a message to Matt Dinneman because I think it was the 30th of September or something. The audiobook for book 4 came out. I don't remember the date. But I sent him a message being like, well, this is a ceiling I'm never passing, because it was quite literally in the Game Lit and Lit RPG. It was Dungeon Crawler Carl, Dungeon Crawler Carl, Dungeon Crawler Carl, Quest Academy. And I was like, there's no getting past these 3 to get the number 1 spot. But this time around, I sent him a message being like, haha, fuck you, look what I got. I got to number 2, and his was like number 4. And I was saying, like, my 2-day-old book has beaten your book that's been out for 2.5 years. Yeah! I've nailed it. Take that, Matt. And then it's like, love your work, well done on everything.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's awesome to see, though, man.
But how's everything going with you, man?
No. Like, we're not shying off the fact that you are.
This is
like,
your life. It's supposed to be all about you.
Not really. I just bullshit. I just come on here to remind people, like, hey, thanks for hanging out, and yes, I'm still alive. Which, granted, to go back to your previous comment of like, it must be so hard to be your friend. It definitely is, because we'll go months without ever talking. And I'm like, are we still friends? Is he still alive? He must be alive because he's releasing chapters.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's conventions and hermit mode. Those are my 2 options. And I'm cutting down on the amount of travel for next year, so that I'm able to potentially spend a bit of time doing solo traveling. Or, like, by solo traveling, I don't mean leaving a hotel room. I mean going to another country that has hot weather and a pool and just being a potato. I'll be a baked potato. just out there lounging and stuff like that. That's the hope.
Oh, do you want to answer this question of how we met up?
It was through Guildify Con, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was through Guildify Con, which was like, now what I find really funny. Hey, Geneva. Oh, you come up in this part, Geneva. So, so with Guildify Con, if anyone was to look at Guildify Con and said, okay, so you see this absolute shit show that is Guildify Con. No offense, Geneva. But it's like, can you imagine if this was an in-person convention event? How would that run? And I, honest to God, would have put my hand up and said, it will be a train wreck, and I will laugh the whole way through. And yet Gildify Con evolved and grew into Lit RPG Con, which is, in my very, very, a storied career of like going to all these conventions, it is the best one I have ever been to.
Hands down.
And like when I said I'm cutting away all of the conventions, next year, Lit RPG Con is the only one that's a definite. Like, I was so sad when it was over. Like, we were out there, like, queuing up during a fire drill. And I was like, this is the best convention ever. Like, people are potentially dying in that fire, but, like, this is the best convention I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And it's like, But, so what I mean is that we met at this, and it was like anyone with a little bit of, like, stage presence or, like, charisma was like, hey, would you like to moderate? And I feel like we were kind of thrown into any scenario where it's like, hey, how can I help? Hey, how can I help? And and we got chatting, we got on a few of the things, but I think our first one was, I don't know if it was Vegas. Was it Dragon Con? I think you came to Vegas.
I did. So, well, what was funny was, Gildify Con's going on, right? Virtual convention where everyone gets a little bit of spotlight time. So I remember I was watching a live and or something going on, and I don't know, Brian, if you were in it, but I remember seeing your chat bubble keep coming up. And so then the next one, here I am doing my live presentation, and his chat bubble keeps coming up. And so for those of you who don't realize it, that is the chat bubble, this, Two-Face character, which is glorious in its way. And Brian just kept like engaging. I'm like, wow, this guy's really cool. This is awesome. Like, all right. And I had shown the poster or the artwork for Golgoth and the Dying Breed.
I have that downstairs.
Yeah. And so after Gildify Con, Brian and I just start talking. And he was writing Quest Academy 1. I was writing
God Emperor. It was God Emperor. It was the Dying Breed. You were writing
the Dying Breed, but I think
Book 4.
No. I was either finishing up book 2 or just about to start writing book 2, something like that. Crazy, right? So then Brian is like, dude, I love that poster of Golgoth. I love it in black and white. I would love it. And so I'm like, dude, I will ship it to you. And of course, in his humility, he's like, don't do that. It'll cost an exuberant amount of money. So me being the person I am is fine. I will spend 4 times the amount of money to drive up to Vegas when he's there and hand deliver him a poster of Golgoth. So Brian then, this is back when the convention Author Nation was known as 50 books or 20 books to 50K.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, dude, I'm going to come up because you're going to be in Vegas. That's literally like 3-4 hour drive. I will do that. I get a hotel room for one night. I drive up there, and then Brian is starting to work his magic, and he's like, hey, you can come hang out. I've already talked to 1 or 2 people. They're cool with it. So I still know no one in the genre. I don't know who Matt Dinneman is. I don't know who Seth Ring is. I don't know who Eric Uglin is. All I know is Brian. So I get up there, and we're going to get milkshakes with Michael Chatfield. And we're sitting down, and I'm sitting next to Matt Dinneman. I'm sitting next to Seth Ring. And later on, we're talking.
I remember that now. Sorry, I was thinking like, Jesus Christ, was I drunk throughout all of this? And the answer is usually
yes.
Yeah. But I remember because it was like the most mature conversation between you and Seth Ring about theology. And I was just and I was like, oh my God, this is really cool. Because I just kind of sat there because as a non-religious person, I'm like, is there a nice way to like have the conversation without it being like, get the pitchforks, like, and I was watching it happen live, and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And Sean Oswald, who just popped up there, just another fantastic character, human being, who misquoted me at Lit RPG Con because I would never have the balls to say to Sean Oswald, your noodle arms need work. I just told him that he needed to put his son in his place by benching, a higher amount than he was currently benching, and he took that as me mocking his noodle arms. Look at me. Do you think I could take Sean Oswald in a fight? Absolutely not. No one could.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, but yeah, we were hanging out and we just got to know each other. And so then Brian worked his magic and he's like, "Hey, here's your pass for tomorrow." So I actually got to stay and attended one briefing or one lecture or whatever before I had to leave. So that's how it started. And then after that, we met up at Dragon Con. And of course, throughout that span, we were still calling each other like every other weekend, talking on the phone for hours. So yeah, and just our friendship has grown since then.
Joe Dan literally just sent me a thumbnail of what this preview looks like, and it's me like biting my nail like this, and you look so fucking distinguished. You're like, yeah, and here's the, and I'm the, God damn it.
Hey,
Anyway.
Jodan, can you send me that thumbnail so I can make a new shirt of Brian?
It looks like he's not actually watching it. I think he just took the screenshot and then sent it to me. So he's a bad friend. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. All right, Sean. I'm just middle of the road. You could probably take me now. Whatever, Sean. Shut up. Shut up.
No,
And I know
like,
you're giggling over there as you sent that comment, Sean.
you know what? I'd try a right hook and I'd find out I was a diabetic in that moment. I'd like literally be like, oh God, insulin, help.
Oh my
man.
gosh. So now to go to another question then,
Yeah, of course.
because obviously there's a lot of people that they would probably dream to be at your status level now with their books.
Sorry.
Right?
Yes.
But is there an isolating factor to it where you have to get to a point to remind yourself of like, go outside, go see your friend who you haven't seen in weeks or months? Like, how's that kind of going for you?
So I can answer this in two ways: facetiously or truthfully. Which would you prefer? Because truthfully will probably be a bit of a downer.
That one
Facetiously.
truthful.
Okay.
Facetiously truthful. Like blend them together.
It's been going great. Literally knocking out of the park. I am a social butterfly, the bantelope, banter antelope. I am just living my best life.
Can confirm touching grass is essential.
So this is going to sound so incredibly wanky, but I had a conversation with Becca Syme, who is absolutely phenomenal, just wonderful, wonderful human being. She's one of the ones that does Clifton Strength's training.
Oh,
for
okay,
people.
yeah.
So I met her at one of the conventions. It was the Author Sustainability Conference in Ireland, and she was there, and we were chatting, and we just got done, and she's like, "Oh, do you know your strengths?" Like, I was like, "I do, but like, I don't want you to be on the clock. We're all having drinks, have fun." She's like, "Brian, tell me, I need to know." So I told her, what my report had been. And she was saying like, "Oh man, I have absolutely no worries about your writing or how you'll be a successful author." And I was like, "Oh, amazing." And she's like, "You'll absolutely succeed. What I do worry about is all of your social relationships." I was like, and I was like, "Oh?" And what does that mean? It's like, you probably get enough from your characters. And she's like, "Yep, this is how communication and empathy and like futurist, all these things, you are probably having such great conversations through your characters that you're like, that's my social needs met, and you are not interacting with other humans." And I was like, oh no, I do that all the time.
It's just the truth, like stabbing you in the heart.
But like, it's so like, as you referenced earlier, is that I don't drive, so I don't go out and I don't go do things. And in the current age of like COVID, really, really helped a lot of people, like help the industry with deliveries. So it's like, oh, the supply chain doesn't exist. Yes, it does. I can't tell if I've frozen and if you've frozen. Could someone in the chat tell me which person is frozen?
Are you there?
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Whew.
Good. Did I freeze or did you freeze?
I think we both froze.
Okay.
That's
Good.
how in
So-
sync we are as friends.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that doesn't help Sean.
Yeah,
back.
right?
Which one of us was that? Yeah. Still
Still
here,
here,
Brian.
Of course, we
The
want the
annoying
beautiful
one.
voice to come through, not the scratchy raccoon. over here.
Amazing. See, that was a test. He actually just held incredibly still to see who was still in the chat. But yeah, so the whole getting things delivered and everything like that, there's no reason for me to leave the house. Once I found a supplier for vapes and nicotine to be sent to me, I never needed to leave again. So that's a real difficult one for me because my friends are brilliant in that they're typically the types of being like, hey Brian, we're gonna go and do this thing. And I'm like, oh no, go have fun. And then they'll just like arrive at my door and be like, hey, we're going to do the thing. And I'm like, oh, hey. Hey.
We.
Yeah, just like, oh, I haven't even showered. They're like, I'll wait. So yeah, like I have a brilliant support network around me, and like my parents come over like, you know, maybe once or twice a week, and they're just sitting here chatting to me and being like, you know, and like they love this whole journey. Whereas like I could potentially get desensitized to things to be like, oh, the last release, you know, got to the 50s. This one's at like 56. As in like, is this a step back? Is it a step forward? My dad would be like, your book is like in the 50s in the world. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, shut the fuck up, Brian. Like,
See,
you know,
I love that too. I love that someone else does that because for those of you who don't know, on the last book, I send Brian a message of like, this is awesome. And he's like, yeah, but you need to look over here because this, and he just shoots me down. I'm like, why the fuck am I here? I'm trying to bring you all this positive energy.
yeah, being the adopted introvert by extroverts is life-changing. But like, this is the thing as well, like usually when people meet me at conventions, it's when I've already had my anxiety episode and drank through it, and they're like, oh my god, this extrovert is so funny, like we're best friends. And I'm like, I don't remember who you are because I was trashed. Like, and so usually the next day is meeting so many new people by apologizing to them about the night before. So that's my networking. So yeah, it's great. Like, did you meet Kate Webel? She was at Jordan Con. She was brilliant because she is like an extrovert that just adopted me. They were like, you know, a girl came out and was like, hey, are you going down to the patio for drinks? And I was like, oh, no, I'm good. I was just out vaping. I'm like, sorry, no, I'm good. And then she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, why didn't I say yes? And then Kate comes down and is like, hey, bitch, we're going to the patio. Like, I was like, oh, no. And she's like, links my arm. And it's just like, we got you old fashions. Let's go. And I'm like, oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
and then I'm down there for like 3 hours. You see what I mean? It's just, there's certain things where it's like I need to kind of just check myself because I'll always take the easy way out. I'm one of the laziest people you'll ever come across. And it's just like, oh, it would be easier not to do this. Just listen to the fear. Like, so, yeah.
So that's actually being a lazy person, which is interesting how you say that. Sean mentioned, you know, people don't always get just how many hours we have put into these books. How has that been now for you getting to be full time? Do you find yourself spending double the amount of time in the book that you once did to try to really make sure it's all balanced out?
So that really depends. So one of the things that I've stopped doing is vilifying myself. So for example, when I was a bit more towards the start, I'd feel guilty anytime I tried to do anything outside of writing. If I was like, oh, I'm going to play this game, it's like, oh, you should be writing. Oh, I want to read this book. You should be writing. You know, and all these things. And it eventually got to the point where there was no cutoff because it was not a, hey, if I write 2 chapters today, I get to enjoy the rest of the day. It was a case of, yeah, you've written 2 chapters. where are the other 80? Like, you know, for this book. And then it starts again. And it was like, so I was constantly behind. And like any goal I set, I was constantly like, oh, you hit your goal, but you should be getting ahead of your goal. So I was never being fair to myself. So
Yeah.
I then said to myself, it's like, hey, we are not going to vilify ourselves on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Those 3 days are completely dedicated to switching off and not writing. And that was so tough at the start, because like I was lying to myself and I was like, nope, we're building a habit. And then it became like, okay, no, we are able to switch off. And now, like, to allude to what Sean was saying about how many hours we put into the books, I actually will qualify times where I'm sitting listening to music, ideating, as working, because I'm going through everything. And the one thing that a lot of people don't get is that writing a book 1 is an absolute joy, because everything is new, everything is wonderful. It's like, oh, but what about this? It'd be like, oh, you're building the world as people are pointing at it, being like, hey, what's that over there? And you're like, don't look yet. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. and you're building this all out. But now, writing a book 6, it's like everything you do has rules that have been determined by everything that has come before. So you are essentially being like, you are now so constricted by everything. And you also, in Sean's case, I imagine, is that you now have 9 books of expectation. You have 9 books of threads or breadcrumbs, stuff that was so invaluable to you along the way, to be like, you know, hey, I'll throw this over here. Hey, I'll throw this over here, to give myself a way out, you know, later. Yeah. Or to give myself, like, you know, the Chekhov's gun. You'll have readers that are like, hey, you introduced this in this book, you have to resolve it in this book. And I'm like, nah. Like, yeah, I introduced that in book 1, that's in book 4. I introduced that in book 4, that's in book 17. So, but again, it's one of those things where it became really, it became much harder, and it required a lot more thought from me to be able to do the story justice, as the walls kind of kept coming in terms of like, how do we pivot? Because as a pantser, you're pivoting, but you've also created an entire rule base behind you. So it becomes that bit more taxing, and you have to fight off the urge to be like, you know, oh God, I just want to pivot and be creative. It's like, no, follow your instincts, follow the story, and follow the thread, and do it justice. As in, it's just focusing that bit harder. So that's one of the exhaustive elements.
So one thing, though, that I've tried to say before is, don't be afraid to take those breaks. And those of us who have to still work full time, you're spending 8 or 10 hours away from your manuscript. And, you know, as you go out and live life, whether it's a sports game, whether it's a celebration like a Oktoberfest or whatever, it allows your brain to come up with new creative things of like, I want to incorporate that into the story, or I want to have this character struggle with this that I just kind of experienced again. Have you had anything recently, now that you've adapted that you experienced or found that you brought into book 3, 4, 5, 6 for some of your characters to go through?
That's an interesting one. Do Brita filters exist in the States?
They do, yeah.
Okay. So that's how I usually see creativity for me. In that, if you have your life experiences, you play Expedition 33, you watch a cool TV show, you know, you watch all these sort of things, you're adding the unfiltered water into the Brita filter. And then as time passes, that gets purified and it gets sent into the bottom. So you have your lovely, amazing stuff. And as you pour that is your creative well. You've essentially distilled all of the things that you've like put into the top, and now it's here. And you could try and put that in for like, you know, hey, I'm going to spend like, yeah, I'm going to pour this, like I'm on a roll. I'm going to pour. When that runs out, you have to refill. You have to refill. And that's one of the key things I've been constantly trying to tell myself to do. And to your point on, has there been any like big change where that's happened? Sometimes it's a song. I'll hear a song and it will resonate. And maybe I'll listen to it over and over and over again to uncover more pieces of the scene that didn't exist. But now it does in my head, where like there's certain songs where it was Barry and Barry died doing something extraordinarily heroic. And I was like, oh no,
So you're listening to this song,
yeah,
but you're then bringing that depth of the song and applying it to this Quest Academy filter and having your characters live out what the song is about.
Not even what it's about, it's just what it evoked in me. It could be the tempo, it could be the cadence, it could be the rhythm, it could be any number of things. It could be the vocals. It could be something so epic. Like I used to listen to, what was it? Was it Amaranth? I used to listen to Amaranth. I'd listen to Two Steps from Hell. I'd listen to all of these things, and I'd just be essentially going like, oh my God, I'm going to write the most epic fight scene of all time. And like those were the things that like, and then it's like, okay, but how do I make people care about this? And then I'd create the whole story to justify that one scene. And that's what Wild Cards was. Like it started with a scene. I'm like, but why do people care? How could people watch this happening? I was like, it's VR. Never mind. Let's go.
Who cares? You can just reboot the system. You're good.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like what about you? Like have you had any of those like fundamentally like creative like moments that like aha and just came out of the blue and you're like, fuck, I need to write this?
I would say yes, absolutely. But with that question specifically, there was two things that really hit me. And they're from past life experiences. One, I think it was 2019, 18. So I love American football, especially college football. And I was, the NCO of the year for the entire state of Oregon. And with that, I got a chance to go and run onto the field with the team for their spring scrimmage game. And so I remember that moment. I remember going out and standing on the field and doing that. And it's always the military appreciation game. Well, then there's obviously we have September 11th when the trade towers fell and everything. I finally got to go to that museum after years. Like I had wanted to go there for years. And I went there with my other best friend, Ephraim, who had called on the live stream. And I remember going through that museum, and I did not want to leave. I just wanted to be present there. And then I saw him, and we had already been there for about 2 hours or so. And I was like, okay, obviously we need to leave. He's the ride, the chauffeur, everything. So let's get going. And it was the year that I was writing Quest Academy, and I went to a football game. And they had that moment of like military appreciation, the jets flying overhead and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is a post-apocalypse story where humanity was almost wiped out and the military saved the day. I want to incorporate this type of military appreciation and have that be a dynamic for Pepper to wrap around. So that was a huge thing for me. And then music is obviously a huge importance. But other just creative things where I was watching a docuseries from National Geographic on like the top 10 pirates of history that they wanted to talk about. And I want to say it was O'Malley from Ireland.
Grania Ní Whale. Grania O'Malley, the Queen of the Pirates. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they had an episode on that. And so
Grace O'Malley probably is.
Grace O'Malley. Yeah. So with that, Kylan, who's in the chat right here, so her character is coming up soon, and there's a pirate theme to Golem Master 5. And so with that, I was like, I want to tell Grace O'Malley's story
as we come to meet Kylan and how that all comes together and some historical perspective. So absolutely, man.
So to bring it to a really funny thing, because he said college football, when I watched Draft Day with Kevin Costner, I was like, I love this movie. I just really, really enjoy it. And I was like, how do I bring the draft into Quest Academy? And then that became the evals, which was the evaluations of all of the heroes in third year being brought in to like, okay, they're going to do in the like fifth semester, that's when the evaluations happen. So you wouldn't see it in books 1, 2, or 3 because it's happening for the third years in their fifth semester. So that's something to look forward to, where like in second year, it'll be like there'll be stand-ins and stuff like that, where like, how would you assess in a draft the act of being a hero? So it's essentially throwing them into these trials or being like, okay, you all have to be saved. You're all victims. These are the following issues you have. Like what you saw in the Tower trial, where like they're like, hey, I'm injured. I can't move until I'm healed. Like those sort of things, but on a much more serious scale, because that was for first years. This is for third years. To be like, are you ready to be considered a hero? And it would be out in the field, and then you'll have all of the guilds watching. So that's something that I was like, I want to get the draft pick and then have people actually, because now that we have Sal having his own guild, he's going to be participating in the draft to scout people. So it's going to be a lot of fun of like building towards those things. So yeah, that's just stuff that I enjoy. But like, I wouldn't have even thought of that had I not watched that movie. And like sports movies, I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, I guess that's happening. I'm not a sports guy.
Right. Well, you are actually, because you and I both share a passion. No, but see, that's also the part of it, right? Like, if you take what has just happened with Red Bull this last season and you apply that to a guild structure, dude, that could be so much fun to explore.
Yeah. But I've always loved the underdogs. But I think it's so funny seeing with the likes of Max Verstappen, and I won't bore your audience with this, but the fact that it's every team has 2 drivers, but essentially Red Bull has 1. I find that just so entertaining. Is that like the fact that he single-handedly is beating other teams with a car that is not competitive. He's just raw performance. I just think it's phenomenal. So but yeah, like going from like starting from the grid and coming like and finishing on the podium there recently, it's just unbelievable. But
yeah, I can't wait for this next season of F1 Drive to Survive. So looking forward to it. There was another question I was going to ask you. Oh, that was it. So your Quest Academy has such a huge scope of characters. And I think even my editor, so many times she messages me like, are we seriously going with another Ryan? And as you know, because the vast majority are real people, I'm like, yes, because you have multiple Ryans or multiple Sarahs or Seans, multiple Seans. And yes, Sean, there's going to be in Golem Master a group of the Seans. That's all they're called. And there's 3 Seans that run around together. You are not one of them, Sean Oswald, because your character's already been introduced in book 4. But is there a character in Quest Academy whose side story, backstory, you have not gotten a chance to really dive into that you kind of wish you could or are looking forward to diving more into yet?
So there's one that has been teased. That's a lot of people are quite... there's actually about, I think, 2 or 3 characters that a lot of people are interested in finding out more about. So... kind of a spoiler for book 5, but we meet a character, a hero, who's kind of like a career hero during the fight. Like you can kind of assume from the cover that shit's going to happen in book 5. And one of the career hunters that we come across is called Oswald. and Oswald is he's a offense, and he's kind of like, yeah, he's a cool character. But the thing is, it's like, oh, you have a guild. It's a support guild, and it's just the loveliest thing of like this hulking, like, you know, yeah, like I can kill everything. I'm really high up in the rankings, being like, I have a daughter, and like Zal is immediately like, yes, an offense. That will be awesome. Let's go. And he's like, oh no, she's a support. And it's just like, you know, she makes other heroes better. Like, and it's one of those things where everyone's like, we want to meet Oswald's daughter. And it was lovely because at Lit RPG Con I got to meet her. And she's one of the readers as well. So I was like, this is very exciting. So I'm looking forward to writing her character. But it's one of those ones that kind of like needs to be teased that little bit longer, and because it needs to be done justice when it's introduced. Like one of the, like, if you remember, from like one of the ones, like if you'd asked me a book ago, who can I not wait to write about? The answer would have been Maxine Volta, Kronos' daughter. That is who I was so excited to write. I'm writing that right now. And that is the most fun, like, because she's just adorable, like, as a character, and I absolutely love her. And so badass. Like, it's just unbelievable. It's like someone that can slow down time and apply haste on themselves that uses a sword. What do you think? Like, it's literally you blink and heads are rolling. It's just a really, really cool person. They're like, I'm really sorry. And you're like, oh my God, no. Like, just hug them. Like, everything's going to be okay. Like, just a really fun character. But, like, in book one, like, when Sal is like, am I OP? And then Quest is like, dude, we have a guy that can summon ethereal dragons. Like, and everyone's like, what? Like, when do we meet that character? And I'm like, later.
Yeah.
Like, so it's there's a lot of them that, like, it's a fun one.
Do you ever find the struggle of wanting to explore these characters and yet you're still having to progress the story, and you're, you know, the scale of which seems to be, you know, ever climbing in nature to where it's like, how much more can we grow?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, when you have a worldwide threat, and I tried to do this justice with the conversation between, like, Sergeant Head, who was teaching resilience, of being like, even if you worked by yourself throughout the whole way, like, if you had done this by yourself, this is all you'd be able to achieve in your lifetime. And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, so I can't be the one that saves the world. Now, you'll still have readers that'll look at that and be like, no, that math is wrong. He could, like, do this and he'll save the world by himself. He doesn't need anyone. And I'm like, stop reading my books. like, it's just like the power of friendship. So, but no,
dude, I literally wrote that in this previous chapter of, no, Jeff, we cannot talk about the power of friendship right now. I need you to fight this match.
Yeah, hug it out after it. Just like, that better be a grapple and not a hug, Jeff. But it's yeah, like there's, you want to do every character justice, but at the same time is that some people will spark with a certain character and think to themselves, oh my God, I want to know more about this person. Right. So, and then there'll be others who'll be like, oh my God, why is he still talking about that character? Like, some people despise Barry. They despise him. And other people are like, I love him and want to be best friends with him. Yeah. And like, it's so funny to me because I'm like, he hasn't even been in it that much. And they're like, why? Like, oh, and people are like, you know, why is he not, like, with Divinity all the time? Or why doesn't he just ask Divinity, you know, the future? And I'm like, pretty sure we established why. But, you know, there's all these sorts of things. But some people turn around and be like, I want him to meet up with his family again. I'm like, dude, he's in class. Like, he's at Quest Academy. Like, wait for the next break. So, But yeah, it's a tough balance to find, because you'll introduce a one-off character and people are, like, want to know everything about him. Like Dave from book 1, Dave Delgado, the guy who, like, was trying on with Hannah and then get punched in the face. And he's like, oh yeah, that's on me, I'm the bad guy. So like, everyone's like, yeah,
Did
I
you
want
bring
to
him
read
back
more
to have
about
him
him.
punched again?
Yeah, but and they're like, what happened to that guy? What's his power? And I'm like, do you think I know that? Like,
Right.
like, and people are like, oh, one of my all-time favorite ones, where readers are like, hey Brian, like, it's not really much of a change or anything like that, but would you be able to just share, like, all of the rankings as they are right now? And I'm like, for the 1,000 students, 890 of which have not been named yet. And they're like, yes. And just with their powers and stuff like that, that'd be really helpful for my curiosity. I'm like, do you want another book? Because in the
Right.
time it would take me to do that, do it for the wiki. Oh man.
Is there
The
a wiki
wikis-
yet for Quest Academy?
There is, but
Oh,
it's so funny
no.
because it's like, and look, I love the readers that have done it, but you can absolutely tell who are their favorites, because it's like, yeah, I'm sure someone else has come in and fill out all the details for the shit characters, but
Right.
these characters are going to get so much. And it's like, would you like to know about the main character, Sal? No.
Oh,
Here's everything about Upgrade. So,
okay.
I don't,
I want to look this up right now, because is there a way
I'm
for
being-
me to go in there?
I'm being
Because-
facetious, but yes, you're going to fill out Lombardi. I'd be like, did you know his name was Forte? That was his hero name. He was in the Bastards Guild.
No, I just want to be like, wrong. That's totally not him. And I just want to keep just trolling.
as
That
in,
would
like,
be hilarious.
I think it was a well-intentioned effort that started, but I didn't dedicate any time to doing it. Like, I'm so shit. I'm so well-intentioned, but shit at execution.
Well, dude, there's just so many.
Yeah. But yeah, I was also really stealthy by putting in I thought I was stealthy and everyone
So
pointed out,
did you
like,
start the wiki, or did a fan do it?
found it. I wouldn't even know
Wow.
how to start that.
Has a warming smile. That is clearly factually wrong. Wrong.
Which character?
Mine. Someone actually
No.
filled one out for me.
Yeah. I'm just
Actually,
like,
I want to go in there now and actually start filling out. Professor Lombardi is Brian's favorite friend, best friend in the world.
they're like, who's Brian? This isn't relevant to the story.
Oh gosh, that's funny. I'm gonna have to come back to that later.
Yeah, but no, it is a bit of fun. I'll be honest, I don't have much art. There's a number of the viewers that are like, put in AI stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's for your visualization. That'll never be canon. Let's make that very, very clear. But it's I know I could just go down the route of like commissioning artists, but when I read other people's stories and they're like, oh, a shock of white hair and just like, the weather, this and like, all of that, and they're describing the moles, the teeth, the everything. And I'm like, yeah, that's TJ. He's like, yeah, brown eyes.
Yeah,
And they're
Yeah.
like, what's his hair color? I'm like, I don't think he has any.
yeah.
And
I
then I'm
actually
like,
did that in book 5, and I'm like, I should have more detail. I'm like, but I don't want to. I want to just keep going.
like when people are, it's so funny to me because some people will be like, oh yeah, Divinity, I have the perfect like mental picture of her. And in my mind, Divinity is Iranian. It's from Iran. Like, as in, yes. So I was like, oh, this is like Khan. Like, I was like, yeah, this is fine. And they're like, she has white hair, the whitest girl you've ever seen, white skin, like, porcelain. And I was like, really?
That's
Why?
actually how I kind of pictured her too.
Oh, no. But here's the thing. I'll always say to them, you're completely right. Because once you read the story, and however you visualize them, that is how it is. And then you can get so fucking angry with me when Netflix decides to just make everyone whatever they want.
You heard it here first, you guys. Netflix
No.
is bringing on Quest Academy. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go tweet that out.
It's like I didn't know Sal was in a wheelchair, and I'm like, Christ, Netflix. This is going to make the power so difficult.
We're really needing to bring in some demographics here. This guy is now a cripple.
Oh man. But
God, that would be so funny. Here I am gonna craft. Like, get out of here, Stephen Hawking.
no, but like as in it's one of those things where it's the suspension of disbelief where like everyone's like, oh yeah, this is a place with advanced healing, immortality, all these sort of things. Why does that guy's legs not work? And it's like, ugh. So how do I do this? But yeah, it's I don't know. I liked how they did it in X-Men in the Days of Future Past, where it's like, oh yeah, I can either use my powers or my legs. And I'm like, okay, James McAvoy.
So actually, here's an interesting question then. Speaking of which, because you kind of really are getting at that status, that level of, is there going to be any special premium editions? Obviously we see a lot of authors doing Kickstarters for specialized stuff. Like, have you thought about that? Is that something that you foresee in the near future?
Not in the near future. Honestly, it's like it's not at a critical mass because what you're seeing is like I think that like if you look at the sort of Matt Dinniman and stuff like that, you could say like 500,000 books before he went for the Penguin Random House deal and stuff like that. 500,000 like readers. If you look at the amount of people that pre-ordered Quest Academy Book 5, that was more like 2,000 people. Now, 2,000 is still a lot of people. How many people are on my Patreon? Paying members? 2,000, maybe 1,700, 2,000, stuff like that. So, like, I'm looking at that and being like, is this critical mass? Or is there like an entire demographic of people that are just waiting in the sidelines looking for this? No, not really. In my personal thing, like, I haven't seen the demand for it. Like, I can probably count, and it would be less than, I would say, if I'm being really generous, 30 people that have reached out to say, hey, do you do signed copies? And right now, the answer is no. Like, find me at a convention. Because otherwise, it would be like, I'd need to go over to the UK, sign them with Jez and stuff like that, and then get them shipped out. But you make so little on the actual copies themselves that the flight would invalidate all of the signatures. So it's one of those things, or it's like some poor schmuck, Adam Beswick, will be holding like all of these signed Quest Academy books that no one wants, and like so it's a tough one to kind of really say. Like, obviously, I'd love that. I'd love to have special edition covers. Probably tone down Vanessa in book 1 for that re-release. And be incredibly celibate. I think that's the way to go. But will I sign your audiobook? Keegan, at least you didn't ask when the audiobook is for book 5, because...
Dude, if I could punch people in the face through Reddit, like, and it drives me complete batshit. I only post 3 sentences, the third one being audiobook summer 2026. And people are saying, when's the audiobook?
No, the one that broke me is the person that Googled it. And then the AI overview said, yeah, the audio will be out on the 14th of November.
Well, thankfully, I got that comment removed.
Yeah, but I was like, no, that's not what's happening. I was like, I'm really sorry that AI lied to you by being wrong. That is not a fact. But yeah, it's a...
Well, it's just, and not only that, it's just like, do you realize how rude that is for you to not even put spoilers for people who haven't read the book, and you just think it's okay to go to AI and create this completely ungenuine post. Like, no, we're getting this out of here.
Yeah. But look, it is what it is. And like, I tried to treat everything with grace. There's a lot of people that are just like eager to it. But there's so many people that would think that like, oh, audio, like authors are making absolute bank. And like when someone would say to me, like, like he even alluded to it, like, oh, Brian, like you're getting up to that status. My most recent payout was something like $1,300 for a 90-day period across all old audiobooks. So 1 week of Patreon earns more than 90 days of audio. And it's kind of like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I should probably write a series that does better with audio. Now, I think Daniel Wisniewski and Rebecca Woods are absolutely knocking it out of the park. But I just don't think Quest Academy is, like really hit the audio market. Like, I don't think that it's done as well as others. So I'm like, cool. I'm still gonna write it because ebook sales are doing absolutely brilliant, and like I love the story, and I owe it to the readers. So I'm like, let's go. But yeah, when I see people like, oh yeah, like 60% of my revenue is from audio, and I'm like, oh, mine's like 4%.
Well, there's also a big reason about that, and it just comes down to contracts and comes down to percentages. And I think there is a lot of people who think, oh, if I just get that deal, then that's going to lock in. And then you look at AP Beswick and he's just crushing it. Like, yeah, no, I don't have any deals, and my life is amazing. Yeah. So it's so much in perspective, and there's so much to this industry that just people don't realize.
Yeah, but like, and that's it. Like, but I never begrudge anyone or be like, that like it's. I'll tell someone if they're like, I had one guy that was a bit problematic on Patreon. That alluded to, oh, you're earning too much money, so like I'm leaving. I was like, okay, do you want a refund? Like, I was like, it's an odd one, as in, yeah, but like I'm loving where Patreon is at the minute, because like it just removes all the anxiety being like, oh God, I need to write this chapter to pay the mortgage. It's like, nope, Patreon has me covered. And like, and that's something that could die in the morning. Patreon blocks my account. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm poor now. Like, right. And that's a scary thing. Amazon, their current rating and review system, it's like, yeah, we just decided that
we're going to screw everyone. Who cares?
You don't get anything anymore. It's like, yeah. Okay, thanks.
With that being said, there's the other side. There's the other side of the coin, which we could talk about how, some people become full-time authors, and then they're like, oh man, I have so much time now to game and do this other stuff. And then they realize, without discipline, the gaming can also cut into the writing time. And so with that, there's a lot of people who are so stressed about, I want to become a full-time author, and they're just in a wreck over themselves. They then become a full-time author, not realizing that stress is on the other side of the coin of, this could all go away tomorrow and, fall out the bottom.
Well, it's not as bad as the other people that are like, oh, I work a 40-hour working week and I've been writing 20 hours, but when I go full-time, I'll be able to write 60 hours. It's like, nope. Nope.
You can only do so much.
It's like, you're going to be there, and after the third hour, you're like, this is hard. It's like, no, yes. You have another 9 hours to go today with your schedule.
Like, I had to write, I think it was 6 or 7 hours today to hit my goal for the week. And yeah, it's like, for the first 4 or 5 hours, I did not even want to write.
I had to sit here and force myself to write. And it wasn't until that last hour that it really clicked. And I'm like, oh man, I'm having so much fun now. And let's do this.
Just give me 1 wee second.
You're good. SpongeBob essay writing memes go here. Yeah, pretty much, Keegan. Pretty much. Oh my gosh.
But yeah. But yeah, no, like it's always funny to me because like I've gotten so much more efficient with things. Like when I'm just trying to get into the sort of zone with stuff. Like there'll be days where I'm like, I'm not feeling it. And I used to think, oh, well, clearly I have to wait for the muse to, you know, fucking bestow me with something. And then you realize like, oh, but nothing is happening. Like, oh, this is painful. And then what you do is like, you just write. And you're like, this is shit. And you're like, I know it's shit. And then you keep writing until it's not shit. And then you're like, oh, I know why I hate all of this because I need to write it. And then you write something completely different. Or you look at it and be like, I don't like that chapter. Gone. And then rewrite that and then go on to the next one. Like the worst one for me, where people will say like, oh, words are sacred. As in like, I've written 100,000 words. It'd be like, and are you happy with them? It's like, I'm happy with 65,000 of them. It's like, oh, what are you going to do with the other 35,000? It'd be like, preserve them? It's like, no, you're going to delete them and start over from that 65 and keep going.
Well, the only thing that I would tell people is you still need to count those, right? Because you would have not gotten that experience without that 100,000. So that still is experience that you need to remember to calculate in.
But that's only if you are working off some metric of an arbitrary goal. Like if you need the validation of, oh, by me writing 10 million words, I am X. That is not how this works, is that you can write one book, look at that and be like, huh, I'm happy with that book. That's great. Like for me right now, I don't count so many of the discarded chapters. I don't count any discarded chapters. I only count final book, and that's it. And Quest Academy is at something like 1.3 million words. And I'm looking at that going, huh, that's cool. And then what kills me is that people are like, so it'll be roughly maybe 4.5, 5 million when it's done. And I'm like, oh God. And it hurts so bad because they're correct. They are correct. And I'm like, oh God. And they're like, hey, I wonder what letter is going to be for the next trilogy. And the trilogy after that. And the trilogy after that. And I'm there looking at it going like, any little like, huzzah, book 6 has now been fucking, my head has been kicked in. Because they're like, yeah, like, I'm sure book 16 is going to be a banger. That's 10 books from now. Oh no.
Dude, it's funny because I was actually thinking about this yesterday. I was like, Quest Academy sausage, Quest Academy spaghetti. And I was just adding food names to the books.
How dare you?
Like, we're going to get to Quest Academy lasagna. Like, oh, dude, I love that one. Who doesn't love a good lasagna?
No, it's going to be S's, 3 S's, 3 L's, 3 U's, 3 T's, 3 S's. That's how we do it. We're just going to be sluts. It's going to be the entire saga.
I was about to say, like, at first I thought lust. I'm like, no, that's off. But yeah, sluts, that would be hilarious.
No, it's more than likely it's going to be SLVRS. So silvers. Again. So it's just like book 1, start with silvers. The entire saga, start with silvers. Yeah. But we will see. Because I might just get to like LV, and then I'd be like, nah, fuck this. We're
done.
Like, yeah, we're done. So
and the world ended. He lost.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Oh, they found a nuke. Bop. Gone. Bastion came back out of the sky with nukes, and at the end, Barry survived.
Actually, that'd be hilarious. Barry is a part of Bastion, and everything is just his simulation. He's just simulated everything for people to.
Barry's real surname is Stian. It's Stian.
Oh man, well, dude, we've been on for an hour and a half, and I don't want to keep you because I know it's late. So we should probably sign off here.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. It was lovely.
Of course, you're always welcome to jump on the stream whenever you want. Whenever you're up at midnight and not doing anything.
Yeah, this is how I live. Don't judge me.
Yeah. Well, hey, everyone, we're going to sign off. Thank you again for hanging out. And thank you to the amazing friend and incredible author, Brian, for blessing us with his presence.
Bless, I think, is the wrong word. Curse is closer to it. But no, it was wonderful being here. Thank you very much for having me. And it is always a pleasure talking with you.
Of course. And if you have not picked up Quest Academy, go do it now. Get this man some more ratings and reviews. And hopefully we'll see you guys next week. All right. Take it easy.
Bye.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen